Last time we saw this V8 engine, this happened. So I took it up to Motortech, who did the original engineering, and they were fine about it and sorted things out like this.
Right, obviously had a tight crankshaft here due to the end float on the thrust bearing. So what we've done is we fit the thrust bearing and ground the thrusts in the crank wider to accommodate the bearing. And as you can see, we've got just a tiny amount of end float there, which we can hardly feel, and the crank is nice and free. So it's ready to roll.
So the crankshaft now turns really, really easily. It's a bit cold today, and it's thick builder's grease on there, so engine builders, not construction builders. So it turns stiffly, but it does turn quite fluidly. So now I just need to get some pistons in this thing. I've got my torque wrench, my tightening sequence. It's got all 16 of these torqued up, and then move on to the pistons. Wish me luck. Oh, what a relief, it still turns, and I think that's all torqued up as well as it can be, yes! So, I've not got an engine stand, so I've tipped the block on its side onto one bank of pistons, so I've got the odd number of pistons facing up, so I'm going to start at the front with piston number 1. Now when they strip the engine for me, they stamp this with one hole, one dimple, so that is piston number 1, which means that goes towards the back of the engine, and also this little dimple on the odd bank goes towards the front of the engine. I'm not an expert, this is just stuff I've learned very recently, so if it's wrong, don't blame me, sorry. Right, now, I think got new piston rings on here, so I'm going to grease this all up with lots of engine building fluid, oil stuff, and then I'm going to put it in the clamp with these gaps in the rings staggered, so there's not a clear path of gas escape. So as one bit of gas goes past the gap in the ring, it'll hit a blank spot, or a solid spot on the next ring up. So I'll stagger them around. Now then, let's get this gooey up and get it in the engine. So now that's all nicely greased up. Okay, hopefully that's tight enough in there. Now I'm going to wrap some bubble wrap around here so it doesn't damage the piston wall as it goes through. I was going to use cardboard, but I noticed it was shedding little bits of dust as I was trying to put it in. And we're trying to keep this thing clean and nice and lovely. I'm putting goop everywhere because I'm scared. Okay, it's not torqued, but it's just down to contact. I'm going to pour some more red sauce in there before I do any more. Excellent. Well, that was number 1 done. Now to do numbers 3, 5 and 7 on the odd side of the bank, and then I can move on to the other evenness in a minute. Look at that. That's lovely. It's like a new thing. It's old. It's obviously about 25 years old.
Of 2017, up 46.7 million, and the economists say the number of people.
Well, we still have movement. So this is the other bank, so this little nubbin goes towards the front of the engine this time. This was going too well. I've got the first 4 pistons in down one bank, everything was going smoothly, the engine was turning neatly. I was in the first one of the other bank, and suddenly it is just locked solid, so I'm going to have to do a bit of disassembly. Let's undo in reverse order and see where it starts working again. Okay. still not working, so that one I will reconnect. Let's give this one a whirl. Incredibly careful not to drop these things back down into the engine because it's all slippery with oil. And this is a special 12-pointed socket. No, not that one. So why is it not turning? It can only be number one. Yes! It's still moving okay, so I'm going to call that a success. Right, let's get that next piston in. Yes, it's in. Hurrah. Yes, just like it. There we go, it all meets up neatly together. Excellent. Treat myself to some new gloves now. And a swig of tea. Okay, these are all now kind of just loosely tightened up. I just need to tighten them all, the torque setting now. The book, Haynes book, says 30 to 35 foot-pounds of torque. I've got a Newton metre wrench, which means it's going to be between 40 and 47. That's quite a wide range. That was 40, 44, it's in the middle, isn't it? This will come as no surprise to anyone who's ever actually met me, but it turns out I'm an idiot. When Graham was telling me that these little stamps he put in go at the back of the block, he wasn't saying that at all. He was saying they go at the front of the block, and I've got it on camera with him saying it to me. So unfortunately, I've managed to put these all in the wrong way round, and that's why this is currently locked solid and I can't do a thing with it. So I'm turning them all out and putting them all back in again the right way round. Facing the front. One piston demoralised. As well as the little stampings that Graham put in, I should also have been looking at these little bits here, because they should be shoulder sticking out to shoulder sticking out, and then it'll match up and everything will turn quite happily. If you do that wrong, it won't work. Oh! Don't know if you can see down into that, but the little end bolt has just dropped into the back of the piston. Luckily I've got a magnetic pickup tool, so I'm going to see if I can reach into there and get it out. Phew. Now these are only finger tight right now. It's stiff because it is about 0 degrees in the garage right now. But this does now turn, and before it wasn't moving at all. So I'm going to call that a win and torque it all up. Piston's in, it turns, I'm happy. Now, time for another cup of tea.